New features ng Zoom yan. Maingay. You know the drill, everyone. We should be always in the right mood, the mood of request, the mood of humility. So join me as we recite the invocation mantras. Hopefully, 103rd episode na natin. Hopefully, kabisado nyo na to. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasvatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Budirayet Nashta Prayashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamas Loke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. I offer my obeisances to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances to the Personality of Godhead, Narayan, and to Nara Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, and to Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and to Srila Vyasadeva, the author. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam, and by rendering of service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the Personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. If you could see, binabanggit dito si Nara Narayan Rishi. This is actually si Krishna saka si Arjuna, yung previous lives nila. And si Krishna saka si Arjuna dun sa Mahabharat, they were known by the sages na sila yung magkasama previously pa lang. So they're doing different big spiritual tasks. And of course, Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, sa kanya nagagaling din yung capacity and opportunity for us to learn. Mother Saraswati. And of course, Vyasadeva, the author. So we pay respect and obeisances to them. So on nakaraan, we discussed the first chapter of the second canto. And inulit ni Maharaj Pariksit yung kanyang question kay Sukadeva Goswami. What to do, what is the duty of a living being, and what is the duty of the dying being. Previously, it was discussed and answered by Sukadeva Goswami yung first question, ano yung duty ng taong nabubuhay. And now we will learn ano yung sagot ni Sukadeva Goswami dun sa second question, ano yung duty of being human who will about to die. Reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, the cosmic manifestation. We are entering chapter 2, the Lord in the heart. Text number 1. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, formerly, prior to the manifestation of the cosmos, Lord Brahma, by meditating on the Virat Rupa, regained his lost consciousness by appeasing the Lord. Thus, he was able to rebuild the creation as it was before. So the first created being is Lord Brahma. The others are Virat Purusha, the Vishnu expansion of Krishna, and the Virat Rupa is the expansion of Krishna in the material world. So from the three Vishnus, Karodakashaya Vishnu, Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, and Kshirodakashaya Vishnu, Garbhodakashaya Vishnu is the one in the Garbhoda ocean in every universe. And from the navel ni Garbhodakashaya Vishnu, nag-sprout and tumubo dun yung isang lotus flower. And from that lotus, dun pinanganak si Lord Brahma, the first created being. And stress siya dun. Hindi niya alam yung gagawin niya because of forgetfulness. So what he did, he meditated on the Virat Rupa of Krishna, universal form ni Krishna. Then he received the instruction, tapa, which is austerity, And from there, he received the instruction to create. So he's the secondary creator. So here in the first text, he regained his lost consciousness by meditating on the Viratrupa. That was the discussion previously. Yung different planetary system and with is the representation of the different parts, limbs, and features of the Lord, as well as different art of the sense of art, the sense of other senses ni Krishna, which is part din ng universal form. That is one of the impersonal features ni Krishna. Kasi walang person. So it is much better than the light. Pero yes, it will be helpful kasi si Krishna rin talaga yon. It is advice for beginners, neophyte. So, hindi porket diniscuss to, we will worship the nature right away. It is for us na maalala natin si Krishna palagi. That is always the goal. To always remember Krishna, never forget him. So here in the first text, Hare Krishna, Damodar Chandra, yan, umulan ng like sa Facebook. So in this first text, yung forgetfulness was removed because of the meditation of the Viratrupa. So kailangan revive daw yung pure consciousness, which is ay nakalimutan natin. Us also. Si Lord Brahma nga yun nakalimutan niya Paano pa tayo? We are here in the material world and we have this body, material body. As the part and parcel ni Krishna as the soul, we are the spiritual energy of Krishna, part of the spiritual energy of Krishna. Pero we are also in the material energy kasi nakasakay tayo sa body na to. And having this body, ang features nun, di ba? Kung bibili ka ng gadget, may mga features yan. Diba? May bagong iPhone 13, may mga bagong features yan. Ang feature ng body na to, you will have forgetfulness. Yung ginawa mo kahapon ng 3:33 p.m. na hindi mo na maaalala. What more pa yung previous life mo, yung real connection mo kay Krishna. So, sinasagot dito ni Sukadev Goswami na yung duty of a dying man is to revive his lost relationship with Krishna. And for the rest, ikasagutin ni Sukadev Goswami yun, mostly for the succeeding verses and cantos to revive that lost consciousness. That's why araw-araw tayo may Srimad Bhagavatam kasi we are reviving. Ginigising natin yung dormant, yung tulog na consciousness natin Krishna. Alam natin yon. Andyan yung sa heart natin. The soul is eternally knowledgeable and blissful. Yung knowledge andyan. Pero it is covered with the illusion. One can counteract such false egoism by invoking God consciousness. Liberation means getting out of the slumber of forgetfulness and becoming situated in the real loving service of the Lord, as exemplified in the case of Brahma. So this liberation is never in action but service without human mistakes. So ito yung isang path that Sukadev Goswami is trying to emphasize. So kung nakikita natin, saintly persons are like that. They could give us classes, lectures, and even like this. Even dying man, ay yung duty nila to revive yung lost relationship. Hindi kaya mag-isa gawin yon. Lord Brahma was a special kasi siya nauna. But of course, it is by the guidance of Krishna. Binigyan siya ng instruction na tapa. Text number 2, tutuloy natin. The way of presentation of the Vedic sounds is so bewildering that it directs the intelligence of the people to meaningless things like the heavenly kingdoms. The conditioned souls hover in dreams of such heavenly illusory pleasures, but actually they do not relish any tangible happiness in such places. So this is being like a warning na lahat ng tao is easily attracted dun sa promise ng heavenly planets. Hindi lang yon, even here in the material world, We are illusion dun sa magarbong buhay. Pero wala kang tangible na makukuha doon. Sabi nga, na happiness. It is just an illusion as well. So even Lord Brahma, na nakatira na sa heavenly planets, Satya Loka, andun siya. Hindi niya goal yon. So same, if makakita ka ng gusto mo maging mayaman, diba? Pag nakilala mo sila, meron pa silang nahanap na iba. Hindi yung nila, hindi yung destination nila. So why waste time? Nagugulin lang yung buhay mo doon. So here, Sukadev Goswami is rejecting yung process ng karma kanda. So yun sa yoga ladder, di ba? Nasa baba yung animalistic life and karma kanda. Yung doing something good. So you will have the reward of a lot of facilities in that life, in the next lives, or going even up to the heavenly planets. Sabi ni Sukadev Goswami dito, so bewildering daw yung scriptures. If you don't have a guru, liligaw-ligaw ka kung ano na yung babasahin mo, ano na yung pa-follow mo, kung ano nung mysticism, kung ano yung ugso pupuntahan natin. Which is very vast and nakakalito. So sabi nga Sir Prabhupada dito, what is the purpose? Diba? Bakit kailangan pumunta sa ibang planeta? Kasi yung mga tao hindi satisfied kung ano meron sila. What is the assurance na pag pumunta sila sa moon, satisfied na sila? Parang ano lang yan eh, kung saan magkaroon ng, when I was traveling, may napupuntahan ako mga tribes. Mga compare tribes na wala pang kuryente, saka yung tribes na may mga electricity na. And pag nagkaroon ng electricity, yes, umpisa, okay na, maliwanag na sa gabi. Hindi na kailangan yung plancha, hindi na kailangan uling. Pero yung mga matatanda, ayaw nila yon. Kasi alam nila, nadi-destroy yung culture, yung pag-iisip ng mga bata nagbabago, which is totoo. Nagkakaroon sila ng kakaibang goals in life, which is just temporary and illusion. Tapos nag-iiba yung ugali. Same, kung saan pupunta yung industry, mga industrial buildings, development, sa mga probinsya, masasira. Masira yung nature. If you could remember, yung mga bata pa tayo when you're traveling, you could see a lot of farms and all. Tayo pa yung nag-export ng bigas. Alam ko ayun yung isang delicacies and expertise ng Pilipinas. Pero ngayon hindi na. Kasi yung mga industry, yung mga malls pupunta sa mga province, yung mga businesses, nag-iba na. So same, what is the assurance pagpunta ng mga tao sa moon or sa other planets, sa Venus and all? Diba? Sisirain lang ng mga tao yun. Nalalagyan nila ng SM sa moon o kaya ng camellia. Kaya ng mga condo. Diba? Just miserable. Diba? What is the assurance? Anong bibigay lang nila, hindi sila makakatakas sa birth, old age, disease, and death. Same for. And yung i-apply nilang buhay doon, animalistic life. Defending, sleeping, eating, and mating. Is that the goal of life? Ito yung binibigay ng Srimad Bhagavatam ni Sukadev Goswami. Diba? Hindi mo kailangan puntahan yung mga bagay-bagay na you must be satisfied kung ano meron ka. Kasi ang goal of life is spiritual life. Hindi iangat lang ang economic na status natin. Yan. None of them is immune to the chief miseries of material existence. So kahit pumunta sila sa mga planets, what is the use? Unlimited yung mga planets dito, di ba? Yung may mga ganon, gusto na pumunta sa moon, tapos may pang tourist, may mga nag-book, may mga nag-invest. Kasama sa mga weekend getaway nila. And yung mga saintly person was nonsense. So it is, again, temporary happiness. Kasi ang goal is to go back home, back to God. And wasting time and energy just to go there. Ang dami pa namang hawks na nakapunta raw sila doon. Anyway, text number 3. For this reason, the enlightened person should endeavor only for the minimum necessities of life, while in the world of names. He should be intelligently fixed and never endeavor for unwanted things, being competent to perceive practically that all such endeavors are merely hard labor for nothing. Hard word. Heavy. Labor for nothing yung world of names. Kasi what we have now is just rubber stamping, titles, brands. Diba? Filipino ka, um, American ka, successful ka, mahirap ka, millionaire ka. So this is just world of names. And all the hard labor na ginagawa ng tao will be gone in vain. Sige, sino yung pinaka-famous na kilala natin all throughout? Aside kay Krishna. Diba? If I don't know if kilala nyo sa art si Hieronymus Bosch. In the 15th century, sobrang revolutionary artist siya. So, hindi niya kilala. Diba? Madami. In the world of sports, yung mga kings, diba? They're always fighting for the history. Maput yung pangalan nila sa history. Tapos, pag defeat ka nila, buburahin yung pangalan mo sa history. Sa record. For what? Ayun lang yun. After 100 years, wala na. Yung mga rebulto sa Manila, sikat na sikat sila dati. Pag pumunta ka doon, hindi mo kilala. Diba? Tanong mo sa mga bata, hindi nila kilala yun. Kilala nila yung mga Korean na mga artista sa mga K-pop group. Same. Ano yung hinahabol mong fame, sandali lang siya. Diba? Even sa iba't ibang society. So, just names. So, hindi yung goals of life. Diba? What more pa yung mga influencers, title, follow, lahat ng golden button, no? Lahat ng button meron sa Facebook kahit magkaroon ka nun. Ay, sa YouTube. Same. Just names. And people are working hard for it. Maging pinakamayaman, pinakasikat, maraming title, diba? This is just endeavor for nothing. Sabi ni Srila Prabhupada. Sabi ni Sukadeva Goswami. The whole material creation is a jugglery of names only. In fact, it is nothing but a bewildering creation of matter like earth, water, and fire. So just mixture of these different elements. And people will die for it. Will die for money. Will die for what? Piece of land. Will die for titles because of their ego. So Sukadeva Goswami is smashing this. Lalo-lalo ka mamamatay ka, tas dito ka pa nakafocus, di ba? Alam mo nang di mo nadadalin yun eh. Pagpunta mo sa next life. So, an enlightened person, hindi siya mag-endeavor doon. And ang ina-advise ni Sukadeva Goswami, one should endeavor sa simple living, just basic necessities of life. So, he will have time and energy for spiritual endeavors. An enlightened man should be very careful to utilize time very cautiously, because 1 second of human life wasted in the vain research of planning for happiness in this material world can never be replaced. Ano ba yung hinahanap ng tao? Happiness and comfort. Doon lang naman yung gusto nila puntahan eh. They will work hard para in the future, may savings na ako, ito na yung hindi na ako mag-worry. Or paganda yung bahay, pataas na mataas yung wall. Again, this is temporary. Even if one spends millions of coins of gold, hindi niya mababalik yung seconds of time. Sir Papa is mentioning this. And because people are mad for material enjoyment. Materialistic advancement of civilization is called civilization of demons. And ultimately, saan nag-end yun? Palagi sa war, sa away. So, kaya nakikita niyo yung mga enlightened person, satisfied sila sa mga simpleng buhay. And makikilala niyo yung mga ibang wise men talaga. They are, they want simpler life. So they could focus on the real things. Text number 4. When there are ample earthly flats to lie on, what is the necessity of cots and beds? When one can use his own arms, what is the necessity of a pillow? When one can use the palms of his hands, what is the necessity of varieties of utensils. When there is ample covering, or the skins of trees, what is the necessity of clothing? So these are basic necessities of life. But Sukadeva Goswami and even Srila Prabhupada is not mentioning, give up mo na yung damit mo, tapos magsuot ka ng tree barks. Matulog ka sa sahig. Tapos gamitin mo yung arms mo. These are specifically suggested for those renounced order of life. Sila yung mga nasa end of life na buhay. Sannyasis, it is being practiced by the brahmacharis, these austerities. But same application sa buhay natin lahat. If you have the basic necessities, what is the use of upgrading? Pinakamalalang sakit pa naman yan, upgrade-itis, no? Lahat ng bagay, no? Sumpa nga yun eh. Pag nahilig ka sa kotse, upgrade ka na upgrade. Pag nahilig ka sa bike, galon din yun. Pag nahilig ka sa gadget, upgrade ka na upgrade. Lahat ng bago kailangan meron ka. You will work hard. You will max out yung credit limit to work for something na alam mong temporary. And yung time is being wasted. So here, sabi ni chasing numbers, yes. So sabi ni Srila Prabhupada, people are just chasing yung lifestyle na meron yung mga binibigay yung mga tao, which is, alam mo yun, parang it's just an illusion. Diba? Yung binibigay ng society, ito yung successful na buhay. And people are chasing for it. It is just an illusion. And actually, Krishna is giving supply and providing for all the living entities. Sabi nga dito si Sir Prabhupada, ng ganda ng analogy niya, sinabi niya. Even the animals, wala silang big house, furniture, and other paraphernalia. Pero ano sila? They can maintain healthy lifestyle. Diba? They don't have even the facility to cook. Pero mas healthy sila kasi sa human beings. Wala kang makita may ano doon, diba? Yung mga sakit ng mga tao, hindi mo basta-basta makita sa animals. Ang nangyayari pa nga kasi people are doing unnatural things, just like eating of meat. They're having unnatural calamities. Yung simpleng flu ng mga animals or bat na sinasabi nila pagdating sa ating pandemic. Ginalaw nila kasi yung ecosystem ng animals, kinain nila eh. So same, di ba? Ang dami. Bird flu, cows disease, ano yan? Ang dami. For what? Kasi because people are wants these unnatural things like eating of animals. So madidisturb yung ecosystem din. Yung natural things na nangyayari sa mga tao. Kasi they just want comfort and the safety, security. And they are always sense gratifier. So the real advancement of human civilization is towards the goal of establishing our lost relationship with God. Hindi paramihan ng building or pagandahan ng gadget doon. So the real advancement is yung mga tao is having the lost relationship re-established kay Krishna. So that's very clear. So don't be just enamored sa mga nakikita natin. Text number 5. Yan. Paubos na pala yung oras ko. Are there no torn clothes lying on the common road? Do the trees which exist for maintaining others no longer give alms in charity? Do the rivers, being dried up, no longer supply water to the thirsty? Are the caves of the mountains now closed? Or above all, does the Almighty Lord not protect the fully surrendered souls? Why then do the learned sages go to flatter those who are intoxicated by hard-earned wealth? So here, yung pseudo renounced and beggars, mendicants, is being chastised by Sukadeva Goswami kasi the renounced order is very spiritual and special. So yung mga saintly persons, they do beg alms. Pero, it is for the benefit ng nagbibigay ng alms, ng donation. It is for their spiritual advancement. Spiritual points nila to be advanced. Hindi dahil gusto ng saintly person na ma-maintain yung sarili nila. No. They are fully and fearlessly depending on Krishna. Pero ano yung binibigay ng mga saintly person? They give literatures. They give Srimad Bhagavatam to people. And the duty ng householder is to maintain them. Na hindi nila kailangan manghingi. Of course, in our society, especially here in the Philippines, hindi nila alam yun. I think sa Taiwan, medyo alam pa nila. Like when I was there, like, people are always inviting me sa mga Buddhist restaurant nila and all. And pag mga nakaganito ka doon, free ka. Sa ibang places in China, like even parts sa Thailand, kasi marami nagpapanggap ng mga mendicants, ginawa nilang profession. So we could see a lot of people are just ginawa nilang business, organization, magbeg ng alms. Pero for what? They're not giving literatures. They're not helping people to revive yung lost relationship with Krishna. Just for what? Diba? Nakatulong ka. Natulungan mo yung mga bata. So, hindi ganun yung way ng charity. It should pass through sa mga saintly person. Yung mga saintly person yung magbibigay nun. And duty ng householder to maintain them. So, makukontinue lang gawin ng mga saintly person, yung mga renounced order, yung duty nila to spread Krishna consciousness. We'll read text number 6 and 7 together. Thus, being fixed, one must render service unto the super soul situated in one's own heart by his omnipotency. Because he is the almighty personality of Godhead, eternal and unlimited, he is the ultimate goal of life. And by worshipping him, one can end the cause of the conditioned state of existence. Who else but the gross materialists will neglect such transcendental thought and to take to the non-permanent names only, seeing mass people fall into the river of suffering as the consequence of acquiring the result of their own work. So here, it is being said that if one is fixed in the meditation, just like a yogi, hindi siya nakafocus sa other limbs ng yoga system and also the mystic powers. Yung advanced na yogi, Ashtanga yogi, he is focusing from Krishna within. So, ina-elevate niya. Ni karma kanda, he must be liberated. And if one is a yogi, focus from Krishna within. So, ina-elevate niya yung sa yoga ladder. Shortly, ina-explain Sukadeva Goswami. And one should not focus on the suffering na makukuha from karma kanda. Kasi it will be just going paikot-ikot sa samsara. Birth, old age, disease, and death. So one should escape that. It is being glorified also yung process ng bhakti. Srila Prabhupada mentioned here, it is said that an idle brain is a devil's workshop. Because if you're not thinking about how to serve Krishna, your devotional service, if you're not thinking about Krishna's name, pastimes, forms, and yung qualities ni Krishna, you are thinking a lot of things, how to enjoy materially, endeavor, plan, para dun sa security and comfort lang, and to sense gratify. So that's why our movement is Krishna consciousness. Always be conscious of Krishna. Kung ano yung ginagawa natin, it is for Krishna. Otherwise, we will endeavor for the opposite of it. So this is the answers, few of the answers ni Sukadeva Goswami for the duty ng dying man. Kaya meron sila, nag-renounce sila. Diba? For them not to be disturbed. Si Maharaj Pariksit, inawanan niya yung kingdom niya, pinasa na niya. Which is, people should do that. Endorse whatever you have. Kung leader ka, ganun din. Be detached. Do your service very well, pero be detached. You can, kasi temporary lang yun. The real goal is Krishna consciousness. And we don't know when we will die, so we should always do this. Focus our mind and consciousness to Krishna. If you're working, focus. You're doing this work para kay Krishna. To be Krishna conscious. Diba? And make sure you have time for spiritual endeavors. Yung reason na wala na akong time, Prabhu, hindi na ako nakapag-chant. Diba? It is just lack of time management. Imposible. Imposible. You have time to eat, to sleep, to talk, to fidget on your phone. Ang dami. Ang daming hindi nagagawa lang because we are just wasting a lot of time. So be Krishna conscious. Ang daming ways and means. You're driving, kailangan mo ng audiobook, papasakin ka ng audiobook. O mag-log in ka sa YouTube or sa Zoom, kahit nagluluto ka, pwede mo pagawin yun. Ang daming ways and means. Lalo-lalo na yung chanting, we should make time. It will just cost us what? An hour or 2? Or iba kung 2 rounds, 3 rounds, few minutes lang. So same, we must be Krishna conscious, otherwise we'll be materially conscious and we will waste this human form of life. Navadip Chandra Prabhu.
Hare Krishna everyone. Thank you very much. Hindi talaga tayo fini-fail ni Radhacharan Prabhu sa mga wisdom na kanyang mga sinishare sa atin. And this Bhagavatam also is educating us what we should do. And do sa mga previous na diniscuss ni Radhacharan Prabhu about the Virat Rupa or the manifestation of Krishna through this material world is pang ano daw yun, mga attached yogi. So, yes, attached tayo this sa material world. So, for us to have the chance to connect to Krishna, then we appreciate that. Kasi siya yun. Siya yung moon, siya yung sun, siya yung lahat ng mga nakikita natin sa kanya nang galing. So, ngayon, eto na. Meron namang yun nga, yung yogi is the one who is practicing the connection. The practitioner wants to connect to the Supreme, to Krishna. So yogi or yoga means link. And then yung karmi is still practicing yung mga nasa scripture. Kaso for the benefit of karma kanda or yung sinasabi nating material benefit. Alam din nila yung scripture pero just performing it for the comfort or material benefit. Kaya karmi. So, and then, ngayon, i-describe naman yung super soul. Pinakita na ni Krishna yung universal manifestation through this material world na lahat ng makikita natin, creation niya may connection sa kanya. And then, ngayon is ito na. Text 8. Others conceive of personality of Godhead residing within the body, in the region of the heart, and measuring only 8 inches, with 4 hands, carrying a lotus, a wheel of a chariot, and chakra, a conch shell, and a club, respectively. Sabi dito ni Prabhupada sa purport, the all-pervading personality of Godhead resides as Paramatma in the heart of each and every living entity. Kahit yung insect, nandoon siya. Kung alam nyo yung conspiracy, anyway, conspiracy ng mga vaccine na sinasabi nila, speculation, I don't know, na pag in-index sa'yo is meron ng chip, nano chip sa loob, na natatrack ka na, ganyan, malalaman kung nasa ka, even 8 feet under the ground, matitrace ka pa rin, matatrack ka pa
Nasa
rin.
cellphone naman yun matatrack ka sa cellphone, di ba? Di ba?
Tama. Pero, si Krishna na una na. Andirito nasa loob na. Inisip mo na pa lang natin, nauna na siya. nakatrack lahat yan. Kaya nga, masyadong advance yung yung technology ni Krishna. Hindi nga natin nakikita pero may nangyayari na ano to, yung mga desires natin, unwanted desires or good and bad thoughts, alam lahat, naka-jot down na. So hindi pag at the time of death hindi ka nalilitisin, pila ka muna diyan, diyan ka lang muna. Titignan pa natin yung records mo. No, alam na lahat 'yun. Alam na kung saan tayo pupunta. Even mga iniisip natin o baka pa nga yung iisipin pa lang natin, alam niya na kasi he's all knowing. So alam niya rin na kung kailan niya ibibigay yung mga desires natin. Kasi kung alam niyang makakasira sa atin o makakasira sa ating uh, connection sa kanya. So, pwedeng wait muna. Kaya, isang doon, papakabait tayo, gagamitin natin lahat ng mga facility for Krishna. So, uh, isang tip yun. So, and then ito, beginning, the form of the Lord described in this verse with distribution of the different symbols, beginning from the lower right hand. So, yun, dinidescribe nga yung mga hawak ni Krishna do sa four-hand form niya. And it's called Janardhan, or the plenary portion of the Lord who controls the general mass. Janardhan is also the maintainer of the people. Yun yung yan, yung meaning. Ngayon, dahil dinidescribe pa lang natin, of course, na-imagine nyo na, di pakita na natin. Subukan natin pakita. Saan na ba yun? Yan. Diba? Hindi nyo pa nakakita. Ayan. So, ito yung dinidescribe doon na features ng Paramatma. Yan, meron siyang chakra. Masyadong maliwanag, di natin nakita kasi chakra. And then conch, and then club, and then lotus flower. Yung chakra is for, yung chakra and the club is for the miscreants, to destroy the miscreants. And the lotus flower and the conch is auspicious, and that is for the mga devotees. So, yan kung dinidescribe nga dito kung ano yung itsura. Ito na yon. Ito yung sabi nga yellow garment. Sige, tingnan na natin yung number text 9. Sabi, his mouth expressed his happiness, and his eyes spread like the petals of a lotus, and his garments yellowish like a saffron of kadamba flower, and bedecked with the valuable jewels. His ornaments are all made of gold and set with jewels, and he wears a glowing headdress and earrings. So yun na yung nakikita natin. And then text 10. His lotus feet are placed over the whorls of the lotus-like hearts of the great mystic. On his chest is a Kostuba jewel engraved with a beautiful calf, and there are other jewels on his shoulder. His complete torso is garland with fresh flowers. So yun. Yan yung features ng Paramatma. And then sinabi nga din dito na si Narayan, kasi babalikan natin yung si Narayan o si Krishna in the form of Narayan. Pag sinabi Narayan, it's 400 form. Ngayon, meron siyang may iba't ibang klaseng Narayan, sinabi dito. There are many other forms of the Lord. Sa purport to ng text 8. There are many other forms of the Lord who controls the general man. I mean, varied Lord with the varied situation on the symbols of lotus, conch, etc. They are differently known as Purushottam. So marami siyang sinabi mga pangalan dito. And then sabi, these 24 forms of localized personality of Godhead are worshipped in different parts of planetary system. And in each system, there is incarnation of Lord having a different Vaikuntha planet in the spiritual sky. So, to describe that, iba-ibang hawak, iba't ibang placement din ng pagkahawak niya, iba't ibang seating position din. So, yun yung iba't ibang ano sa heavenly ay sa Vaikuntha. So, ito 'yon. Kung nakita natin yung sa Srimad Bhagavatam, makikita mo bawat bilog na 'yan. Iba yung pagkakahawak ng lotus, ng minsan nasa kanan, minsan yung club, minsan nasa kaliwa. Tapos yung paa minsan uh, merong devotee na bata, mga siguro 4 years old. Pag tinuro mo, tinakpan mo yung mga pangalan isa-isa diyan, alam niya. Ang galing. Alam niya yung kung sinong pangalan sa ulado niya. So, yan. Vaikuntha planets is innumerable. So, it's also your spiritual sky. Then, doon, iba't ibang form ni Krishna and iba't ibang planet. So, yun yung detail doon. So, stop sharing. Ano ba to? Okay. Nawala na. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Paano ba nawawala yung stop sharing niya?
Stop sharing sa taas, yan.
Ayan, nasa taas. Nakita. Sorry. So, ayun. Nung nakita ko yan, and then, yun yung may mga description ng yung Virat Rupa. Naisip ko din merong dyan merong kanta. And favorite ko yun. Gusto kong iparinig sa inyo. So, mag-share na naman na pala ako. Okay. Let's see. So, ito yung, kumbaga, anyway, pakinggan muna natin. Oh no. Hare Krishna. Anyway. May sounds ba?
I-click mo Prabhu yung pag nag-share ka, meron dong small box. Tick mo yung share sounds.
Okay.
Pinutin mo yung share screen. Tapos advance.
Share screen.
Advance.
Shows the colors of
Sounds dance yung share mo.
Oh,
movements of the moon reflect your mind. Your smiling is the cause of happiness.
Nawala.
Ayan,
Nawala yung sounds.
nawala yung sounds.
Di ba
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Pag shinare mo yan, kailangan mo lang i-click yung nasa share na button, share sounds din, kasama nun. Kasama ng portions.
Okay. Wait. Sorry.
Advance, portion screen, tapos upper, sa lower left may share sound, tapos doon mo i-share.
Advance. And then portion.
Sa lower left, click mo yung dalawa, share sound, saka optimize video clip.
Krishna. Okay.
Tapos doon mo i-share.
Yan, meron na.
Lord, the sun's effulgence hide your face. Your blissful form lies far beyond my eyes. And now your wonders call my heart's embrace. As dawn displays your beauty in the skies. The rainbow shows the colors of your dress. The movements of the moon reflect your mind. Your smiling is the cause of happiness. And love exists because you are so kind.
Yes, isi-send ko na lang yung link sa inyo. Yes, of course, para ma-meditate nyo ng matindi. So, ayun. So, yun nga, pati yung ano ko nawala. Yun nga, kailangan nating i-meditate si Krishna on his, kung saan tayo attracted sa mga form na yon. So, in that way, pag sinabi kasing meditation is hindi lang naman basta sitting posture. Meditation is what we are, how to say it, yung kung ano yung focus natin o yung laging mindset natin sa mga araw-araw. Just like when we are meditating to finish our thesis and meditating our things, or yun nga yung mga karmics looking for money only, or there's a lot of meditation. And sabi nga mga Hare Krishna nagme-meditate by chanting and ano to, singing and dancing, because happily meditating on the features of Krishna and glorifying Krishna. So yun yung kailangan nating matutunan, na hindi lang basta ano to, hindi lang tayo basta sitting posture and all, and then quiet, and then just meditating. It's another form of meditating also, but it's one best way of meditating is always meditating on the form of Krishna, kaya pinapakita natin to, and then the pastimes of Krishna, and then the paraphernalia, that even sinasabi dito yung paramatma or yung super soul within our heart, and naka-spread lahat sa living entity, because when we saw other people, we know that there is paramatma inside their heart, so we respect them, we don't hurt them. Even lower species is nandoon. Sabi nga, down to the smallest atom is nandoon si Krishna as Paramatma. Lagi niya tayong sinasamahan. Kahit hindi tayo nagpe-pay attention sa kanya, lagi niya tayo sinasamahan. Sabi nga lagi yung analogy ng bird, yung isang bird is nandoon sa tree, and then he's busy just eating the fruits of the tree. And then merong isang bird na laging nandoon sa tabi niya. Minsan hindi niya nililingon. So tayo yon. Si Krishna yon na hindi natin nililingon. Busy tayo sa accumulating whatever we want materially here in this material world. So now, we have the chance na, okay, hindi pala yun yung goal of life. Then, yun, I'll meditate on Krishna. So ito yung Srimad Bhagavatam has to offer, this Krishna consciousness has to offer for us to bumalik yung connection natin kay Krishna. How? By first, yun nga, step by step sobrang step by step yung Srimad Bhagavatam. Kung attached tayo, then ipapakita niya na yung material world na connection kay Krishna. Pangalawa, Lahat ng tao, nandoon si Krishna within the heart. Meron silang divinity within the heart. So we respect them. And and then isang way dyan na kung alam na natin. So minsan uh, ano tayo ng modes of material nature o hindi minsan madalas na ano tayo carried away tayo ng modes of material nature. So isang way para makontrol natin yung mind natin and body, andoon din yun, kaya pumapasok doon yung mga asanas. So ano bang purpose ng asanas is uh, kumbaga one is to keep body and soul together, maging healthy. And then also meron din siyang effect sa mind. Pagka kunyari, bakit pagka kada posture yung mga twisting na yan, ano namang mangyayari doon? Bakit ako nagkakaroon ng healthy body pagka sa mga posture? Ano ba? Dahil lang ba gusto ko maging flexible? Anong kinalaman ng flexibility doon sa sa health ko? So, yung sa scientific is yung mga may sabi nga may mga twisting na yan is nai-squeeze yung mga ano na yung mga vital fluids natin actually na kumbaga sabing ganon yung pang cleanse daw ng liver, inom ka daw ng mga cranberry juice, yung mga grapes na ganon, basta yung may mga and then maka-cleanse na ba agad yun, mahugasan na ba agad yun yung panglinis ng kidney or liver and all. So pag ini-squeeze mo yan, mga certain body postures, may squeeze yan, tapos lalabas yung toxin. Or dun sa mga yoga posture natin, meron silang, may mga certain na, kaya importante yung breathing eh. Kasi tinutulak ng air yung mga fluids na yon. Kaya may nagpo-produce ng endorphins, kaya sumasaya tayo. Lagi nga, yung unang-unang sinabi ko na experience ko noon is, bakit pag nag-yoga ako, feeling ko ang bait-bait ko, pagkatas ko mag-yoga, ang bait-bait ko. So hindi ko alam, may mga nangyari na pala sa mind na scientifically na may na-produce na kaya pala masaya ako, calm, ganyan. So, okay galing ah. So hindi ko pa alam yon. And then, um, uh, yun, ganun din sa body. Yung mga twisting and turn na yan, kaya sobrang sabi ng mga yoga teacher diyan, lagi sinasabi, keep breathing, calm, ganyan. So, laging accompanied yung breathing dun sa mga posture kasi yun yung magtutulak talaga dun sa mga pag-push ng mga fluid na yan eh. Kung hindi tayo maniniwala, biruin mo sa mga posture na yun, sa mga breathing na yun, kaya mong palabasin yung fluid mo sa katawan ng pamamagitan ng pawis. Diba? So, ganun din sa loob na may mga napoproduce dyan ng mga fluids scientifically, then may effect sa body, may effect sa mind. So, kung flexible ka, edi flexible ka sa mga nangyayari dito sa material world kasi material world, ang permanent na nangyayari dito is ever changing. So, hindi ka pwedeng mabad trip na hindi, dapat itong expectation ko, dapat yun ang mangyayari. Hindi, nag-change yan eh. Even people change, sabi nga daw. So, yun naman yung effect sa mind. Yung mountain pose is mag-ground ka, you just be in the ground and humble, steady. Sabi nga daw ng mga instructor is simple lang yung mountain pose, pero yung deliberate na equal deliverance ng weight is kailangan pinag-aaralan din or kailangan sakto din. So lahat yan, yung mga art ng yoga na yan, merong ibig sabihin or merong purpose in connection not only to the body, not only to the mind. Pag komportable tayo sa health natin, sa mind natin, then makakapag-isip tayo ng higher consciousness. That is connection to Krishna. And human being lang makakagawa nun. And we have the chance to do that because we are human being. So not only mag-stuck na lang tayo sa mga asanas and wellness, yung morality and all. But the main purpose is to connect to Krishna because we are yun nga, we are healthy and yung body and soul together. Hindi lang siya basta purpose is just to keep body and soul together. For us to have the ano to, yung komportable mag-perform ng devotional service. Kasi malaking disturbance yun pagka hindi natin ma-perform yung devotional service dahil may mga deteriorated na yung body, deteriorated na yung organs. So, and then text 12. Lord's magnanimous pastimes and glowing glancing of his smiling face are all indication of his extensive benediction. One must therefore concentrate on the transcendental form of the Lord as long as the mind can be fixed on Him by meditation. Yun na nga yung sinasabi natin. By meditation. And there's a lot of things to meditate. Form, pastimes, paraphernalia, devotees of Krishna, prayers, uh, opulence of Krishna, glories of Krishna. There's a lot. So it's up to us. How can we fix our mind to the service of Krishna? Ilang naman talaga yung magiging connection natin eh. First, we connect by meditation. Eh, hindi rin tayo natatapos sa meditation. Meditation natin is magkaroon ng tangible service to Krishna. Kasi yun talaga yung connection eh. Kasi hindi natin pwede sabihin, oh, I love you, and then wala tayong gagawin. Anyway, na-meditate na kita eh. So, magiging hungry tayo doon. Magugutom tayo doon na gusto natin ng tangible na service. Hindi enough yung kakilala mo lang yung kakilala mo. Meron kayong interaction. Ano yung interaction nyo? Service. Because the service is the manifestation of love. I love you, so I serve you. If I serve you, I will please you. If I will please you, then you will be happy. If you'll be happy, then I'm good. So, yun. And I think that's it for now.
Yan, thank you very much. And yes, baka nyo yung isa-send sa Monk in the Middle podcast na link ni Nabadip Chandra. Maganda yung Michael Cassidy yan. Yeah. There are a lot of music na pwede natin i-meditate then upon. Kasi if you're not listening to music related kay Krishna, you'll just listen to music also related to mundane things. Talking about money, girls, cars, drugs na. Kung may papakinggan mo, ba to? Napupunta ako doon sa isang ads eh. Tapos, sikat sila sa mga other social media, mga TikTok. Pero pag pinakinggan mo talaga yung lyrics, parang ano to? Ito yung kinakanta ng mga tao, mga bata. Of course, we could be Krishna conscious, even our love sa music, sa pakikinig sa music. Ako personally, I love listening to music. And ang daming artists, ang daming musician that could give us yung consciousness pa rin, papunta kay Krishna. So thank you very much, my dear ones. Please continue to finish your rounds today. Tuloy-tuloy yung ating Srimad Bhagavatam study every day, every morning, pati yung Japa session. Tonight, 7 o'clock, hindi pa magsisimula yung kay Maturnath Prabhu. It will be next week yung start. Pero for the meantime, I think later tonight, magkakaroon ng Kirtan Mellows. So, watch out na kayo sa group chat natin sa Vraj Bhakti Academy. And those na who haven't signed up or registered dun sa ating click up form, please do so. Because it's not just for the schedule ng ating level 1 and level 2. It is also part ng ating mentoring system. So, please sign up. I will post it also. If wala ka pa dun sa Vraj Bhakti Academy group chat natin, let me know. I'll add you. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Noreen Mataji, Chandrika, Radha Mataji, Carla, Moksha Lakshmi Mataji, Rasarani Mataji, Bhaktin, Veronica, McCoy Prabhu, yan, Oliver. Hare Krishna. Don't work out, di ba? Paaga na paaga yung gising ni Oliver, di ba? Solid. Yan. Paolo Prabhu, RJ, Jonah, and Riza. And ingat sa mga pupuntahan natin, work, duties, and all. And even if you're doing your work and responsibilities, think of Krishna because that's Krishna consciousness. Navadip Chandra Prabhu, thank you very much. Maraming salamat. Hare Krishna. And those who are watching sa Facebook Live natin and recordings, Hare Krishna. See you tomorrow.